Nixon came in, shut it down. There was the shooting at Kent State. Well, I'm not embarrassed. That's what you do with a mob. But the point is, Nixon came in, shut it down. There was the shooting at Kent State. And gosh, I know liberals don't like it. And you look on Nexus and, oh, the whole country was embarrassed. Well, I'm not embarrassed. That's what you do with a mob. There was the shooting at Kent State. The shooting at Kent State. Liberal. Well, I'm not embarrassed. Well, I'm not embarrassed. That's what you do with a mob. Shoot.
We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. Forget in Ohio.
It is soon to be a New York Times #1 bestseller. It's the explosive, controversial new book, Demonic: How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America. It hits stores tomorrow morning. Best-selling author Ann Coulter is here.
I began the book with the scene in the Bible when Jesus approaches the possessed man, and the possessed man's screaming, he's out of his mind, he's naked, he's running around.
Legion.
Don't torture me, don't torture me. And Jesus, there's a little exchange. Jesus says, what is your name? And he answers, my name is Legion. Then the demons run out of him. The demon's name is Legion. The demon is always a mob. Liberals get upset that I say that these mobs, the liberal mobs are demonic. The title is Demonic, Demons. And it's 200 years of history of liberalism, liberalism. Demonic protesters. The Democratic Party has often attempted to achieve power through these mob rallies. Up to the mob behavior of today's American liberals. And, you know, I go through the mob psychology of the left. Liberal mob psychology, how they gin up their base. In my book, the liberals behave like a mob, and they're just going to use blacks as a mob, and gays as a mob, and women as a mob, and illegal aliens as a mob. I had the general idea that liberals are a mob, the party of the mob. In fact, I talk about it in my book. My book is called How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America. The edge of violence. This is how our modern Democratic Party sees a way of seizing power. Well, yes, thus the point of my book, bringing together all of these mob uprisings with the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party loves mob uprising. It's their path to power. Demonic loons and teenage runaways, adolescents looking for a cause. Well, in addition to the drug dealers, criminals, teenage runaways, there is also the Young Spartacus League here. None of these kids that occupy Wall Street are coming from places like Yale. They are coming from the most Bush League school. And moreover, I mean, to show how brainless they are. They're brainless, they're brainwashed, and yes, there's always a possibility of violence with the mobs and how dangerous mobs are. Always destructive. Mobs are always destructive things. You must always smash a mob because they're dangerous. Democrats will, for example, they appeal to the segregationists, they appeal to the KKK. Now we see an actual mob uprising, and mob uprisings, nothing but mob uprisings. They just want to keep demagoguing. Crazed street protests. There are all sorts of peculiar, the slogans they use. It's all part of the mob psychology, and mobs are always dangerous. It's something this country has always understood. And by the way, I consider myself something of an expert on liberals. For example, so many of them seem to do well on their SATs because they've gone to places like Harvard and Yale, and yet they seem so stupid. They are just openly embracing their demonic aspects, and of course you see the results of that in the arrests, the defecating on police cars, the blocking traffic, blocking pedestrians. Always the beginning of totalitarianism. A bunch of wastrels defecating on police cars. The point is, Nixon came in, shut it down. There was the shooting at Kent State. Well, I'm not embarrassed. That's what you do with a mob.
Silence! I kill you!
Ann Coulter has written 8 books, all of them bestsellers, and all of them very controversial. Her latest is called Demonic: How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America. She joins us now from New York to talk about it. Hi, Ann. Welcome.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. See it in the Bible. The Bible, in the Bible, use the Bible, the Bible, the Bible, the Bible, with the possessed man.
And Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. For dead in Ohio. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How can you run when you know? Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How can you run when you know? Tin soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. For dead in Ohio. 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 How many more? For dead in Ohio. Why? For dead in
Ridiculous.
Well,
this is from your publishers. This is actually
Yes.
the publishing literature for your book.
Well, of course, because they want to gin people like
But
you up,
what is your
President.
instinctive gut reaction to everything I say, even when I'm agreeing with you? Why is it always to mention the Democrats?
Well, technically what I'm
You're
mentioning...
like programmed like a robot.
No, what I'm...
I can't answer
what
this
I'm
question.
mentioning like
I
a
have to
robot.
blame a Democrat.